Shysters. That was wetter than I wanted to get. So for a while now, I've wanted to make a series of short videos where I just basically take you along and show you how I make a picture from beginning to end. So I happened to come out to the spot the other day. It was kind of interesting. You can walk right out here on the boardwalk. The tide was kind of high. We're on Puget Sound just outside of Seattle. And I noticed that it was interesting. And then last night, I was actually working my way back along the shoreline and realized that as the light levels were dropping, there were some cool opportunities for long exposures to kind of smooth out the water. I've been enjoying doing those lately. Actually, I've always enjoyed doing those. Well, I thought I'd return here tonight with the tide being up. I thought it would be cool right up along this boardwalk. It is. However, we have a strong onshore wind and we've got some serious waves hitting. Now, that's interesting, but it's actually so strong that we're getting some splash up on here. And, well, you saw what happened. But I got a couple of shots before then. Let me show you what I'm shooting here. I really like the contrast here between kind of the boardwalk and the water, and shooting a longer exposure that's going to soften and smooth that water out, and the hard kind of wood texture of the boardwalk or pier or dock would be more accurate to call it that. So I'm set up. I've got a circular polarizer on. Right now I'm shooting with the wet 18 millimeter Batis. I'll dry this off in a second here. Shooting with 18 millimeter because that's what I have on hand to review right now. It's a wide focal length. I might not go that wide normally, but I have it with me, and so I'm trying it out. 2-second timer, f8, f9, somewhere in there, low ISO. In this case, I'm using 50, and that gives me 25-30 seconds of exposure length in this area that really allows this water to soften out. Welcome back inside. Now, I've got these pictures imported. I didn't talk about this outside, but in my mind, these were all going to be black and white images, because really what I was mentioning there that caught my eye in the first place is that potential of doing a long exposure that gets that silky smooth water and contrasting that with the textures of the wood pier. And I think we have that quite nicely. So I'm just going to run through and look at each of these shots. This is the first one I've got set up there. Oh, that looks pretty good. I'm going to hit one. That one's a little bit on the darker side, but look, I straighten the horizon a little bit. This one might work as well. Let's go to this one. Slight differences in brightness. This is the one where I moved the camera during the exposure because of a big splash, and it happened again. And then I also just walked up and took a nice shot of the city from this overlook up there with this really wide lens at 18, too wide for that. I like this one. So let's narrow this down to the ones I've picked. And let's work our way into the develop module. And I'm not going to get too fancy here. As I said, black and white was my first, because we really, this yellow and the blue, and then this kind of blue, and then this orange yellow down here, I don't love those. We could cool this temperature down some and see if we can kind of even out that a little bit. We could also come in here and kind of desaturate the yellow and make it a cleaner looking. But as I said, I really think a black and white is a stronger image there. It looks like I had a little bit of rain spots on the lens. We've also got this little bit of a light trail off in the distance. I like this one. Let's go back here and see if we use the previous button to make it black and white as well. Let's This one has a more even tone to it that I like, so I'm going to stick with this one. I'm going to bring the exposure up a good bit. I'm going to increase the contrast. Clarity is already at 15 because that's my base preset that got applied, but in this case I can really bring that up more.
And I want to bring the shadows up just a little bit here. I want just to be able to see a little bit more of the detail in this area of the bridge. So I'm going to bring those up. I'm going to bring the highlights down just a tiny bit. And I'm pretty happy with this image. Let's real quick fix the little bits that are on the lens with the spot healing tool. I see a little one up here. And I'm pretty happy with this image. Now, you know what? Let's get rid of this kind of streaky light from the ship, or sorry, from an airplane over there. What I was going to say is I don't love this ship out here. That's dark. It grabs the eye. It's kind of right where our focal point leads. It's not always there, but it happened to be there last night. And it's also a little blurry because it was moving. With some Photoshop work, I could take that out, but I think for now I'm happy with this. I love this kind of leading line that just brings your eye out here to this area that's not much is going on. I don't love this peeking in over here on the left, so I'm going to crop in just a little bit. And I'm happy with this image. What do you think? And that's it. Just a quick video showing how I made this latest photo. Its destination is Instagram. If you don't already follow me there, you can find that link right down below. And if you found this video helpful and would like to see more, give it a quick thumbs up. And as I said, feel free to leave a comment. Become a subscriber if you're not already. Thanks so much for watching.